12 Most Charming Small Towns in France. Explore France Part 1. Many travelers to France don't stray far from the big cities like Paris and Lyon. They don't know what they're missing. Picture postcard medieval villages with narrow cobblestone streets and city walls. They're also missing out on charming towns where winemaking reigns supreme and a more traditional France can still be found. Even better, many small towns in France are often situated amid gorgeous scenery of both mountains and sea. 12 Pilon, where to stay. Pilon is unique among France's charming, picturesque small towns. For one, it's perched on a cliff about 18 kilometers, 11 miles, north of Nice on the French Riviera. Secondly, it's pedestrian only. Thirdly, it lacks the numerous souvenir stands, restaurants and shops found elsewhere, though there are a couple at the village entrance. Comfortable walking shoes are a must as you walk through the village with its sometimes steep stairs and low passageways. And, of course, the views from here are spectacular. 11 Dinan, where to stay. Cobblestone streets and half-timbered buildings still exist in Dinan, considered one of the best medieval villages in Brittany. As travel expert Rick Steves says, forget the formal museums, the town itself is the museum. It's a delightful place to wander at will, with a bustling market on Thursday mornings in Place du Guesclin, Dinan's town square. The view of the River Rance, the Old Post and the surrounding area is best from St. Catherine's Tower. Nearby is a well-preserved section of the city wall. 10 Rochefort-en-Terre, where to stay. Stone and timber combine with pots and baskets of geraniums to make Rochefort-en-Terre one of the most visited villages in Brittany and one of the beautiful villages in all of France. Many of the buildings date back to the 16th century, while others are more modern. It all adds up to a picturesque scene. Known for delicious biscuits, the village hosts a festival honoring Notre Dame de la Tronchaille, a Black Virgin, every August. A chateau, once owned by the 20th-century American painter Alfred Klotz, shows his paintings. 9 Ys. Ys is a small village on the French Riviera famous for its medieval castle that overlooks the Mediterranean Sea. Getting to the top of the castle with its narrow cobblestone streets is a bit of a climb, but well worth the effort. When you reach the top, you'll be rewarded with a pretty cactus garden and stunning views of the Mediterranean. Take time to visit the old church with its Egyptian cross, said to be a reminder of the Phoenician temple that once stood there. 8 Etretat, where to stay. Etretat is a small village on the Normandy coast in northwest France. This resort town on the English Channel is known for its spectacular white chalk cliffs and 3 natural arches that have inspired such artists as Courbet and Monet. Guy de Maupassant wrote short stories here. It's famous, too, as being the last place the White Bird was seen in 1927. The plane was carrying 2 aviators trying to fly non-stop between Paris and New York. 7 Réquillart, where to stay. Réquillart is a village of less than 1,500 souls in northeastern France that is known for 2 things, its historic architecture and its great wines. Still looking much like it did in the 16th century, Réquillart is considered one of the most beautiful small towns in France. Medieval fortifications surround the town. The old castle has been turned into a museum. The village was relatively untouched during World War II and is home to a museum about the war's impact on Alsace.